The audacity of the HOA seemed to escalate by the day. After their repeated failures, attempting to force a property sale, illegally installing solar panels, and harassing me with false 911 calls, they decided to escalate once more. This time, their cops thought it would be clever to block the entrance to my barn with one of their patrol vehicles. The barn was not just any building. It was the central hub for my ranch operations, storing machinery, feed, livestock, and critical equipment. Blocking it was a direct challenge, and they assumed I would be forced to negotiate. They were wrong. I first discovered the blockade at sunrise, when my security drones sent live feeds of a massive black SUV parked diagonally across the barn's main gate. The driver, an overconfident HOA officer, appeared smug, expecting to intimidate or delay my work. His colleagues milled about nearby, taking videos and clearly relishing what they assumed was a power move. Ranger immediately barked and patrolled the perimeter, sensing my agitation and the potential danger posed by this unauthorized obstruction. Rather than reacting impulsively, I assessed the situation carefully. The vehicle was heavy-duty, reinforced, and fully blocking access. Any attempt to move it manually would risk injury or damage. However, I had a perfectly legal and devastatingly effective solution at my disposal: my harvester. This industrial-grade piece of machinery was designed for crushing, compacting, and clearing massive objects, and it was stationed just meters from the barn. Its sheer size and power were enough to make even the boldest intruder think twice. I activated the harvester, ensuring that all safety protocols were in place. Cameras and drones captured every moment, documenting both the HOA's trespass and the imminent enforcement action. Ranger positioned himself to warn any lingering bystanders to retreat, while I prepared to demonstrate the consequences of interfering with my property. Karen and her accomplices, oblivious to the impending response, continued to mock and film the scene. Their confidence stemmed from ignorance. They had no idea I had both the legal authority and the physical means to neutralize their audacity. As the harvester approached, the vehicle operators finally began to notice the magnitude of their error. The machine's enormous metal treads and reinforced scoop signaled unmistakable authority. I engaged the harvester slowly, moving toward the patrol vehicle with precise control. The HOA cops attempted to back up, but their vehicle was positioned too close to the barn and adjacent fencing to maneuver effectively. I continued, maintaining a safe but deliberate approach. The moment was tense. Every second, every inch, was recorded by drones and security cameras, ensuring that the legal record would favor me completely. With a final, controlled maneuver, the harvester's scoop made contact with the patrol vehicle, lifting and shifting it carefully. The vehicle was crushed just enough to clear the barn entrance, without causing unnecessary destruction beyond what was required for enforcement. The HOA officers were stunned, mouths open, phones trembling as they filmed the event, now realizing the consequences of interfering with private property. Ranger barked in triumph, circling the now unblocked entrance, while the machinery's treads left unmistakable marks of authority on the ground. I parked the harvester and exited the barn, surveying the scene. The patrol vehicle, though not completely destroyed, was clearly disabled and immobile. Karen and her team were frozen in disbelief, facing both the legal consequences and the public humiliation of their audacity. Notices were sent immediately, detailing the trespass, the attempted obstruction, and the lawful use of property machinery to enforce access rights. Every movement had been documented, and any attempt at retaliation would only compound their liability. Reflecting on the incident, I recognized a recurring pattern in the HOA's behavior. Each escalation, from stolen vehicles and unauthorized solar panels to early morning break-ins, was met with carefully calculated, enforceable responses. This time, the response had combined legal authority, mechanical leverage, and strategic documentation. The lesson was unmistakable. Audacity without understanding the full scope of ownership and preparation carries inevitable consequences. By late afternoon, the barn was fully operational again, and all equipment and animals were safely managed. Ranger patrolled the grounds, drones continued surveillance, and the HOA had been humiliated yet again. The blocked barn incident had been transformed from a potential inconvenience into a demonstration of unassailable authority. The message was clear. On my ranch, trespassers, regardless of perceived authority, will be met with immediate, decisive, and enforceable consequences. Standing on the porch, watching the sunrise reflect off the barn and machinery, I understood that strategic preparedness, coupled with lawful authority and physical enforcement, ensured that audacity would always be met with control. Karen and her HOA had once again learned the hard way. Interference on my property comes at a cost they cannot escape, and enforcement, when necessary, is both creative and absolute.